Joaquin, it is an honor and a thrill to talk with you today, sir.
Oh, thanks, man.
Love your work, and I've never seen a Joker quite like this. I've never seen a film quite like this, so congratulations and kudos to you. Outstanding performance.
Thank you.
How long did it take you to prepare for this? Because most of the time actors will bulk up. You went the other way.
It was a long process, and to be honest, I think some of the process, a lot of it is subconscious. I had been I'd met with Todd, but I think that after I met him, it was maybe 5 months before we started, before I really agreed to do the movie and then begin the real kind of conscious process of developing the character. But in that time, I started doing some studying and some research, and I think there are things that kind of develop in that process that you're not aware of. But I think what was interesting about this movie and the process of creating the character, or I should say really discovering it, because it felt like it was more of a discovery than a creation, was allowing for that process to unfold up until literally the last scene that we shot. We were still kind of being presented with possibilities of how he might behave in every moment. And so there was never a moment with this where I felt certain that I knew who the character was and I knew how he might behave in any given moment.
How long did it take you to get that laugh down? And were there other versions of it? Did you practice in the mirror?
I didn't practice in the mirror because I think what was important was that it was something that was internal. I think that was, for me, what was so brilliant about the idea that it was almost an affliction, or something that was an uncontrollable fit of laughter, was that it was something internal, where typically when I think prior to this, I thought about the Joker laugh. I think we all have an idea of what the Joker laugh is, but how do you get there? And so I had I had a lot of videos that I studied, but it was a process. And again, even once I think that we had found the laugh and had shot a scene and it worked, a couple of days later we'd do it again and it just wouldn't be there and it wouldn't feel right. So it wasn't like a science there. I didn't have like a go-to way of approaching it to get the laugh down.
How do you decompress after, this is a very emotional characterization of the Joker. I mean, it's a very authentic, if you know the character from the comics in the past, one of the most authentic I think that we've ever seen of this character. But how do you decompress after shooting? There's some tough scenes in this film. How did you decompress?
Why would you decompress? You have to work tomorrow. It's funny because there was something that I think that Todd and I found that it reciprocated so much, the process and the character. It was energizing. I was surprised by that. I was surprised that we would wrap and I'd go, well, what am I gonna do now? And so I would just go home and look at the scenes for the upcoming week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in advance, call Todd. We would discuss kind of the possibilities. We would talk about what we'd filmed previously. Was that working? How does that tie into what we're doing next week? And so I actually found that I was inspired every day by this film. I mean, I like working, but I couldn't wait to get to work. And most days I showed up very early, at least an hour early, and sometimes a couple hours early, because I just wanted to be there and I wanted to talk with Todd. So I didn't feel like there was anything that was like debilitating about making this movie.
Thank you for what you gave us. It's just outstanding.
Oh, so
you really immersed yourself in this one, I can tell.